What's up, guys? Today I want to talk about the Socratic Method of learning, which is what I use when I teach class. What does this mean? The instructor directs the learning, so that's what I do. I direct learning. I have a curriculum that I teach lessons and concepts from, and I have everyone drill those. However, I always take questions from my students, and I even take polite challenges to what I'm teaching from my students. Why is this important? Because I am not in the position of a beginner or a blue belt, or even just a fresh new purple belt, in terms of what I know about Jiu-Jitsu. It's hard for me to put myself in the shoes of someone who's just learning Jiu-Jitsu and thinking about it from their perspective and what kind of questions they might have. So if I don't open it up to questions from my students, then I don't know what they're thinking, I don't know what their thought process is, and perhaps I'm not showing the move in a way that's going to address some of their concerns. Allowing my students to ask questions and politely challenge what I'm showing is important because it makes their understanding of Jiu-Jitsu better once I explain why I'm doing what I'm doing. And it makes my understanding of Jiu-Jitsu better because, okay, how can I answer this question, right? What makes the most sense and why is it actually done this way? From both ends, it helps the instructor and the student. And the student also, nowadays, if you're a purple belt, you're probably watching stuff on the side that I may not necessarily be seeing. I have purple belts. I have people that are blue belts that are pretty close to purple that study a lot of the professional grapplers and professional grappling matches, and they look at the tiny details of what these people are doing. And sometimes they come back to the school and they show me and everybody else something that's very, very useful. And so while seeing it, I'll try to debunk it and try to counter it and see when it works, when it doesn't work. But oftentimes, it's a very useful addition, and I've even changed my curriculum a lot of the times when I've been exposed to that stuff. And of course, I'm also watching tape and doing stuff on my own, but I have many, many students that are also doing stuff on their own, and sometimes they're going to see something that I haven't seen, and it could be beneficial for everybody if that knowledge gets spread around the room. And you don't want to create an environment where the teacher's word is the law and they're always right, and no matter what they say or what you've seen elsewhere, you always have to go by what they say and what they have you do. You want to have some flexibility to intake new knowledge that the instructor may not have, because your Jiu-Jitsu instructor isn't perfect. They haven't seen everything. You want to provide a flexible training environment where important, useful outside knowledge can come into the school. It's the same reason why I promote cross-training, because you can get people that you don't normally train with to roll with you, and you can test each other's games out and get exposed to different things and see what works and what doesn't work. So you don't want to have an isolated training environment that never takes outside input, because eventually you're going to be left behind. The Jiu-Jitsu meta is constantly changing. New innovations are constantly being made. And if you're not studying those, and if your students aren't studying those, and you're not exchanging information in your training environment, you're going to be left behind. And so you don't want to be one of those students, one of those schools, one of those instructors that gets left behind in that way. So I highly encourage you guys to, if you are an instructor or if you're thinking about eventually being an instructor, adopt some of the principles of the Socratic method of learning, because it's been very useful for me when I've been teaching and when I've been a student. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you share it. Make sure you drop a comment if you agree, if you disagree. Also, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.